I talked to him the other day. He was in Hollywood, so I think he's going Hollywood on us here. But good morning, Forrest. Welcome, and I'm delighted that you're able to join us. And I'm going to turn this over to you for some opening comments, and then we'll go to some questions. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you. Yeah, you said it. Actually, what everybody can see in the background here is the guest house of a former teammate of mine, a fellow named Andy Jerkowski that I played college hockey with. So I'm here. I think it's technically called Westwood, which is right near Beverly Hills. It's about the farthest thing from Fairbanks you can imagine, and feel a little out of place here, but this is great. So I guess the first thing I'd like to do is thank President Haynes and the Board of Trustees for believing in me and providing this opportunity. My whole family, my extended family, is all very appreciative. I also want to thank and echo President Haynes' comments and thank Julie Rochester and Dr. John Webb and the search committee for their time and effort. There are many, many people that were involved in this process and that I got to meet during the search process, and they put a great deal of time and work to make things run so smoothly, and I appreciate everyone's efforts and professionalism. And finally, I want to thank my wife, Kara, and my daughter, Kalia. Kara's incredibly supportive of the things that I'm passionate about, and this opportunity and this exciting move to Marquette wouldn't be possible without her support. I wanted to say a few words about Alaska Fairbanks and Alaska in general. So the last 8 years that I've had the opportunity to spend in Alaska have been very special to me, and it's really an inspirational place for anyone who's been there. I'm not going to forget all the life-changing experiences and the many remarkable people that I've met along the way. Certainly grateful to friends and coworkers and many Nano supporters who made our time in Fairbanks so memorable. I think what's a little bit difficult about this is leaving the people that you love working with, but obviously moving on to a new position and another great community. We feel like we're moving from one great community to another that's closer to family is very exciting. And I'm just eager to get started and fully committed, 100% committed to ensuring a quality experience in every way for Wildcat students on the recreation side and student athletes and the varsity athletics side and the U.S. Olympic Education Center side. And just look forward to working with the department's staff, very talented, dedicated, experienced staff, and we're going to work every day to fulfill that commitment. So I think at this time, I'll probably just go ahead and open it up if anyone has questions.
Thank you, Forrest. I'm going to let Calvin sort of direct this. Calvin, my wife Martha's here, and she's anxious to talk to Kara and help get her settled into this community and help you along with your housing needs and other issues. So we're all excited you're both going to be here soon. So Calvin, I'll let you.
If anybody has any questions, please go to the microphone right here so Forrest can hear. If you don't go to the microphone, he won't be able to hear a word you're saying. So anybody have any questions for Forrest or for President Haynes?
The other candidates for this job were outstanding. This was a very competitive process. When I began looking at the material Dr. Wong gave me and talked to Dr. Wong, and it was clear that this was very, very competitive. So I don't want to comment on why the others weren't qualified or not, but I will tell you the thing that I was looking for, and I know Dr. Wong was looking for, was the balance in an athletic director who understood both the marketing and the business management and the compliance side. Forrest brings that all together. His law degree adds to that. That's because all of us lawyers think we're brilliant, but it really does add to his competence here. I am also, the other thing for Forrest that made it, when I told the board that's who I had chosen, the other thing I said is that Forrest gets that the athletic director's job is to be inclusive of all the athletic and recreational sports. He gets that. And the other thing I think Forrest understood and we agreed on, as some of you heard me describe this, I look at the university as one large house. And the front porch to that house, is athletics, recreation. That's the front porch. When you enter into this university, you step through onto that porch, that's what people see, is athletics and recreation and USOEC here. And when you go inside the house, that's academics. That's where not only the coaches and staff and faculty and others, it's academics. And on the back porch is all the very important things that keep the university going, ranging from fundraising to finance to communications. That's one big house, but that front porch is crucial to the success of this university in recruiting and in mission and in alumni. I believe that Forrest gets that, and I believe that all of that makes him unique. But very importantly, his deep understanding for the importance of all the sports and all the coaches and the recreational side make that gut that he's got on that made a big difference when I was trying to make this decision, as well as his training and his experience. Is that good, Dave? You have another? Okay.
I first heard that there was a possibility that the position would be opening up back in late January at the NCAA convention. I immediately knew that it'd be just a great fit for me and for my family. The second I heard about it, I knew that it was something that I wanted to do, and that's really never changed. I actually think that every step of the process has really represented Northern Michigan University in a positive way. I understand the challenges with big organizations. I've worked for a big organization, and when there is a change at the top, that does create some complexity. But no, I wasn't discouraged at all.
I just want to add to that on the process that, as I said, with the change in leadership, and as Forrest just said, the change in leadership, sometimes this happened, and I've been in this job for, I don't know, 2.5, 3 weeks, but people have been calling and saying, when are you going to do it? Tom Peters, who's sitting here on the search committee, who was a mentor of mine when I was at the university, both a student and professionally. I think I was in the office 2 days when he called me and said, what the heck are you doing? Make a decision. Get it over with. So there are a lot of people that wanted this, but I think Forrest, the other candidates, were very cooperative in helping us sort of bring some closure here at the change of leadership, and to give me and some of the people who didn't have time during the original process to talk to some of the candidates. So there were some people that needed a little more time, which I think is important, especially in the athletic department, that you make sure you get to ask all your questions of all the candidates, and you get a chance to share. And I wanted to make sure that happened before we made a decision, and that's what took a little extra time here.
Any other questions?
Well, I don't know if it's a personal characteristic, but I think that the relationships that I have in place with some of the administrative staff at Northern is going to help ensure a smooth transition. Our work together over the years in the CCHA, I find that we've been fighting on the same sides of many issues. So I feel like I've really been working alongside Northern Michigan and working in some ways on Northern Michigan's behalf with things that have come up over the years. And I think that's going to help with the transition. I think that the athletic departments, being as comparable as they are, we could run through each of the sports, but Northern Michigan has 13 sports. The University of Alaska Fairbanks has 10 sports. 8 of them are in common. Very similar setup with Division I hockey, Division II, and some of the other sports, skiing, competing, multi-divisional at the NCAA championships. So I think there's a lot of similarities and a lot of common interests, and I think that's gonna really help